So we're heading to go pick up something cool. Well, it'll be cool one day. It's kind of a special thing to me. It's not really race car-ish, but it's a car related thing, so.
By a project.
It's a project.
And it wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't my idea, but I'm not going to buy a project this time.
It's me. It's all me. So, it should be a little bit of a deal for everybody to follow along with and see the progress of. But it's pretty special to me, so I think it's going to be cool. And
everything we get has a story.
It definitely has a story. So we'll tell you a little bit more about it once we actually get it. We're on our way to go meet John's dad because he's going to help us go pick it up. So once we get it home, we'll go into a little bit more depth about it and show you what we actually got.
So we have a few friends that we kind of have this running joke with, and we all blame it on each other, but it seems like kind of once we all became friends, probably 10 years or so ago, random things just started happening to us, and it can't really explain, and they're kind of the things that happen to you that you tell somebody and they're like, nah, that didn't really happen. Only thing is, it does happen. So as you can see here, we're at the gas station, and this thing was sitting next to us and kind of caught my eye. Then we got another picture of it as he kind of pulled away there. The more you look at it, the more interesting and I guess appreciative you can be of the creativity of this deal. So that was kind of neat. And then we were also cruising down the highway, and everybody starts slamming on the brakes. There's black smoke everywhere, and there's a minivan burning on the side of the road. Everybody was fine. The guy that owns the van was standing on the shoulder of the road videoing it with his phone. So just sidebar of some of the randomness that happens in our lives.
So we're on our way home with our purchase. We're at the car wash because it's really dirty. So we'll go a little bit more into it when we get home and explain everything. But it's a 95 Silverado Z71. So we're going to get it cleaned up, get it home, and get it off of old P-Pop's tow truck here, since he was nice enough to help us out going to get this thing. And we'll tell you the story on it when we get home.
We're at the super high pressure bay.
Yeah.
225 9/4 to start. We're going to clean this unit up a bit.
Yeah, it's a little dirty. But Alright, so we're home. We got our new project unloaded. So, as we said, everything that we buy pretty much has a story, and this one also has a story. So, this truck was my grandpa's truck, and he passed away in 2016, and I wanted to buy this truck, and some family things were going on, so wasn't able to do so. And finally my grandma was able to sell it, and she sold it to me, so we went and picked it up today. and John and I are going to fix this thing up so we can drive it. It's going to be a pretty big project for us. We gotta...
He bought this thing brand new in November of '94. It's a '95 model.
Yep.
Which is really cool because it's the first year of the new dash.
Yes. So.
But it's still a throttle body motor.
I actually found the paperwork in the glove box in there from when he bought it. So he bought it from John McLaren Chevrolet in McGregor, Texas, where you actually used to work at.
Sure enough. Your heart-to-heart dealer.
He bought it brand new. He's one owner. It's got 132,000 on it.
Yep.
And I remember when I was little, like, I remember him having this truck when I was little, and like, you know, go riding around with him in it. And then, well, there was one specific trip that sticks in my head, and me, my grandma, and my grandpa drove this truck on a 2-hour trip to visit my aunt and cousins, and we had to drive the whole way with the radio off in dead silence with his awful driving the whole way there and back on Easter Sunday to go see them. And at the time it was like a terrible trip, but looking back now on it, it was funny. You know, the truck's almost 30 years old, so it's old, and it's had a little bit of a rough life.
Yeah, had a little bit of a rough life. It wasn't quite as rough a life when your grandpa still had it, but then after he passed away, it kind of became a farm truck.
Yeah, just a truck that everybody just kind of used and nobody really cared about.
Yeah, it got used around the
land out there. And
yep. Had been used to help with mending fences and taking care of the cows and all that stuff. So as you can kind of see,
it's got some battle wounds.
Yeah, the paint's got a lot of scratches in it. But I've already taken some buffing compound and gone after it, and look at that.
So
she'll come around.
Yeah. And then we're gonna see if we can get a hold of the dent doctor guy, see if he can get some of the dents out. We're gonna take it, get it buffed professionally.
We were gonna do it, but we got a guy.
Yeah.
That's he's pretty good.
Instead of us buffing it and it taking us, you know, probably like 2 days or more to do it, we're gonna take it to somebody that does this, and have him do it. And then dent doctor, and then, you know.
So like we were talking about it, they were taking it out on the land and
they whacked the headache rack with a tree, so now it's like.
Yeah, so headache racks.
His wood spacers coming out from his toolbox.
It's got some battle wounds.
Yeah.
But
I think the mirrors have been hit on some trees and
door handle's falling off. Dome light don't work.
I don't need that.
There's a horn button there though.
Okay, so my grandpa was good at ingenuity.
What you don't see is that is actually wrapped around. It's a piece of extension cord that's run under the dash and wrapped around the power side of the relay.
Oh boy.
So
yeah,
we got a little bit of fixing, you know.
Fixing and cleaning and whatnot on it. Transmission is out, going out.
When you spin it over, the motor kind of gallops a little bit, so it's got a cylinder down. I don't know if it's just maybe a carboned up plug or something.
And the transmission doesn't shift.
Yeah, it's smoking a little bit, so we got some engine problems. And she said you let off the gas, and then it'll shift into second, and she's not sure if it goes into third or not. So we may have an internal transmission problem. I'm kind of curious to see because it's got an ABS light on too, and I'm pretty sure this just has a speed sensor in the back of the transmission. So depending on what the ABS sensor says, I mean, it could be something as simple as a throttle position or a speed sensor. Could be an internal transmission deal. So
so we're gonna try to figure that out.
Try to get a good look at this thing. We got some lights. Got the old grill guard. Grill guard probably saved the front of this truck out there.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
But you know, the grill's not broke. Hood's got a spot. That's kind of dark. Hood's got a spot right there. But you see a spot right there on the quarter. But I think a lot of that'll come out.
Yeah.
So what all are we planning on doing with this thing in the near future? Obviously, you want to try to make it as nice as you can.
So I want it to be nice, but it doesn't have to be like, you know, brand new, show quality nice or whatever. Like, I want it to be nice, and I want it to be where we can drive it, you know, hop in it, go do whatever. If we want to be able to pull a flatbed with it or whatever, I want it to be capable of doing that, and I want it to be, like, nice for us. But I also want it to be where, like, you know, if we want to take Houdini or the girls for a ride, it's not a big deal to throw the dogs in the truck and go do whatever, you know. But figure out the transmission situation, figure out the motor situation. It's probably going to need some suspension work. Who knows? We'll have to figure that out. I would like to put some of the stock wheels on it, like the old Z71 type wheels.
My girl.
I'm short, so I don't really want it to be any taller than what it already is.
What about the grill guard and the bed rails? And
So my grandpa would probably kill me, but I think I'm going to take his grill guard, his headache rack, his toolbox, and his little side bar things, whatever those are called, off. But I think to cover up the holes, we'll put the old diamond plate bed caps on.
okay, so we're putting the old saw blade looking Z71 wheels back on it with 265 tires and diamond plate bed rail caps.
Yeah.
Talk about 90s.
And then I don't know what it looks like underneath this bed mat, but maybe do like a spray and bed liner or something. Kind of hide some of that
Clean it up a little bit.
scratches and stuff. Yeah. So,
Your grandma said she cleaned that toolbox out.
is there stuff in it?
Oh, yeah. Here, you want to see?
I'm scared. Let's see. Let's see what she did.
Sandy, I know you're going to watch this too.
Oh my gosh, Grandma.
Flying insect killer.
We may need that.
Hey, there's the extension cord you use for the horn.
Oh my gosh. We'll have to show you guys that because it's fantastic. I'm sure there's good things in there.
Cabinet handle?
What? Oh, there was a glove. I thought, hey, we can give her that glove back.
Yeah.
Oh my.
If you're looking for a above the rail toolbox,
Or a nice headache rack.
may have one for sale.
So, it's gonna be some work. It's gonna be a little bit of a project, but I think it's gonna be really cool once we get it done. What are your thoughts?
I know you've been wanting it for a while, and I'm a big OBS Chevrolet guy, so especially when it comes to a Z71.
Yeah.
So I was all about it.
So,
I'm glad you got it.
me too. So,
I think it's going to be a little bit of a project, but I don't think it's going to be anything major, and I think it's going to clean up pretty good. It may still be a little bit rough.
yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, but we're gonna get it there.
I think it's cool that, kind of like I told you. So the whole deal on this thing is, you wanted it and tried to buy it or wanted to buy it or whatever when, like, right after he passed away.
Yeah.
And will probate stuff and, you know, I don't know. We probably didn't have the money to buy it and whatever else. So number of reasons you didn't get it before it was turned into the condition of vehicle that it's in now.
Right.
And, you know, we were talking about how it kind of sucks that we weren't able to get our hands on it back then. However, I think it's cool that you are getting it in this condition now and you're having the opportunity to bring it back.
I agree.
To me, that makes it more special.
Yeah.
because you know, I don't know, it's like paying tribute to it, and you're getting to bring back something that brings you all those good memories and you know, that kind of thing.
Well, growing up, we lived a few houses down from them, from my grandma and grandpa, and I spent a lot of time with them, and me and him were really close, and so I think he'd be happy about this, other than we're going to take his stuff off. But
And I know for a fact, this truck got a new starter on it before he died.
How do you know that?
Because he called
Tell
me.
them your Lloyd Charping story.
He called me. Son, didn't you work at Chevrolet? I said, I did. Well, I got a starter from AutoZone, and it don't fit. I said, okay. Why don't it fit? I said, Lord, it sounds like they gave you the wrong starter. No. Son, they told me this was for a 95 Chevrolet truck. Okay. It may be boxed wrong. They may gave you the wrong one. I don't know. Well, you work at Chevrolet and you can't tell me why this don't fit? I'm 120 miles away from you and not looking at it, and you, I don't know. I mean,
But you couldn't fix it. It was your fault.
yeah. Wow. Okay, well, I guess I'll see if I can call somebody else. Okay.
He probably called my dad. I bet my dad got that call.
So,
Oh, Lord.
yeah, I say he put a new starter on it. I don't know. Maybe
He may
just,
not have ever put one on there. Maybe that was why it won't start.
Remember that time he called and wanted you to go look at a motorcycle like 2 hours from our house?
Yes. He was still mad about that even before he died. And that was like years before that.
Go look at this motorcycle.
By myself. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea.
You gonna hop on it and ride it? Go look at this motorcycle.
He wasn't going to do anything with it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The stories we could tell. But it's going to be really cool to get this thing going and be able to drive it and just have it, and it's never going to go anywhere. This thing will be here forever.
I've already shown it. But that is Lloyd right there.
Yep. So, it'll be fun. It'll be cool. We got a lot of work to do, but
Well,
we're in it for the long haul now.
I think it's going to be cool too when we get it done and it's cleaned up. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's a nice truck and we get to drive it back down there. And I was going to say let your grandma drive it around, but she pretty much told us today that she has never liked this truck and told him he shouldn't have bought it when he bought it.
She pretty much has hated this since he bought it.
I don't like the color. I don't like nothing about it.
I don't know if she would drive it if we took it back down there.
She might because it was his truck.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll get started on it and we'll try to bring you guys along as we do it, because this one means a whole lot to me. So
yeah, like I said, a little bit different change of pace, I guess, from what we normally do, but
still car related.
What we normally do. We do stuff like this all the time. We just don't ever film it.
Yeah, but this one's a little special. So
we're gonna bring this one back.
Yeah. So
we might set up some time lapses tomorrow, something like that. If we work on it tomorrow, we may go to Derek's and get Chevette stuff tomorrow. But
yeah, we got a lot going on still with that old thing. And then the Nova's still over there, and the Camaro's still here too. So
but we did go to Summit last night and get a whole bunch of other crap.
we did.
Yep.
We did, and we ordered more stuff that's on sale.
I'm not even gonna get into it because our videos are.
It'd be a 4-hour video.
This is truck video.
Yep, so we'll get to work on it and we'll try to keep up and bring y'all along so we can document this as much as possible and see what the end result is with it. So stick around for more of the Z71 revival.
That's a good title.
Show is, isn't it?
Field Series, the Z71 revival.
All right, well, it's cold. We gotta go get dog food, so we're out. Hi.
Well, day one of Project Green Truck.
Yeah, we didn't want to start.
We already had the jump started up.
Yeah,
It's all right.
but bolt's missing.
It's fine. At least the handle's not broke.
It's true. It's not broken. It's just missing bolt.
All right. What's the plan today?
We're about to back in the shop. And we're going to make my grandpa mad and take all his stuff off.
And then we're going to try to figure out why it's got a dead hole too.
Yeah. So we're going to take the drum guard off, peg rack, toolbox. I was kind of second guessing myself about taking these off.
You'll probably change your mind once you get the toolbox off because they're going to be too short.
Okay.
Because there's going to be that big of a length without it. If you want to put rails back on it, we can get the full length ones.
I don't know. We'll take these off. Do my diamond plate deal.
Yeah, we can take that one off and hit it with that aluminum brightener we got. That'll clean that deal up quite a bit.
Stick with my diamond plate bed cap deals.
People in the 90s put those rails on top of those diamond plate bed caps.
I don't know about this.
They did. Everybody was creative back then.
You know, kind of look over it and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. We're gonna go get some spark plugs, see if that'll help it.
Seafoam, lots of seafoam.
Lots of seafoam. Just see if we can try to maybe get it to stop missing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Cool.
You know, do a little bit of, you know, testing here and there, see what's going on.
Well, let's get it back in and do the thing.
Make sure I don't run anything over.
All right.
Well, we have gotten,
Headache rack off.
yeah, toolbox is,
A little bit of body work.
yeah, we did some body work. Toolbox is sitting back here. We got the rails off and then the piece off back here. So the headache rack was bent and we had to cut this bolt to get it off. And
Yeah,
then
it was just rusted.
And then you had to do some body work right here where the bed was bent up. But we got it off. The toolbox wasn't even bolted down.
Well, that's what's the weird thing is at one time it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He was always so paranoid about people stealing stuff. I'm surprised it wasn't. So, I don't know.
We're going to take the Z71 off too.
We're going to get new ones to put on, but because these are flaking off.
But we'll probably wait and do that later.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to tackle the grill guard next, or we're going to do the inside?
Probably do the grill guard first, real quick.
Okay.
Real quick, you know, whatever. And then
We'll hit that and then go
then
from
get
there.
to the inside. Yep.
So-
We priced out quite a bit of stuff. So, like mirrors, the light, the rubber stuff on the bumper.
Yeah, you can actually buy those step pads and the impact strips now from LMC.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a few things you can buy from LMC for this thing now.
The radio. Didn't you say there's one that you can get like a Bluetooth deal or whatever?
Yeah, they make a retrofit Bluetooth or auxiliary port radio that's a factory radio, which this one doesn't work. I don't know if it's because we ain't looked at it. I don't know if the radio's bad. There may be a power issue going to it, or
Yeah, we haven't figured that
for all
out.
we know, it may be unplugged. I don't know.
Who knows? My grandma wouldn't be one to drive around without a radio, so I don't know. The moldings on the side we can get. Steering wheel.
Yeah, we're gonna need a steering
That's
wheel.
a big thing.
We're gonna need a steering wheel pretty bad
And the driver's seat cushion.
because the old leather is left the building.
Yeah. Did you show them our horn?
Yeah, we looked at the horn last night.
Oh.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it's nice. So
Remember, well, we didn't show the extension cord, but I guess in the daytime you can kind of see the
bezel on the door panel. Which, if the door panel's not broken, then we can fix, or put it back like it's supposed to be.
We'll look at that here in a little bit.
Get the bezel, but if worst case, we can get a door panel.
Needs a seat bottom cover. The console, not real sure what situation is here. It's almost like some of it got melted somehow or something.
Weird.
But
Headliner.
dash is not cracked. Get you some of that. Yeah, needs a headliner. But overall, man, I think it might clean up all right.
I think so too.
Okay, so we want to spin this thing around, rip the grill guard off, or?
Yep.
I guess we could just do it where it's at.
Yeah, we can do that. It's still technically in the shop and out of the wind, so.
Okay. Well, as you can see, that's off. And the camera didn't time-lapse anything, so. You didn't get to see it happen, but grill guard's off. Lights are off. Some wiring pulled out. What you got going on?
Trying to take this stuff off of this under the dash.
Some random switch stuff that he had.
Yeah.
So he was a constable at one point, so he had some lights and stuff rigged up on this unit.
I don't understand.
Well,
what's in this?
I'll hit that horn button now. It'll toot at you.
That's a nice horn button.
Alright, the work continues.
Well, we went to O'Reilly's here and got the old seafoam. Seafoam action. So that has came out of the tailpipe. So I poured some Lucas in there, and we're gonna try out the seafoam, and then change the plugs in it. And see what that does.
I feel like it's getting better.
Yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna let this run through, and then
a little bit more. I'm gonna let it get warmed up a little bit more and then finish it off.
and then we're gonna go wash on it some, and then once it cools off, we're gonna change the plugs in it. See if that fixes our miss.
It ain't smoking as bad as I thought it was.
It's not good, but you know, whatever. Anyway.
Alright, what do you think?
Well, it's a big transformation day for the old truck here.
Yeah? The clean up alright?
So far, we used almost the whole box of 10 SOS pads.
The Dollar General brand.
Yeah. With them wheels.
So we didn't go like hardcore detail on this thing because it's fixing to go get buffed.
Yeah.
And the guy said he was going to work on the inside too, which we didn't really need him to, but
He's gonna do it anyway.
I mean, if he's going to do it, I'm not going to worry about it. So we'll go check it out.
Yeah. Sun's in a really bad spot.
So we took the Z71 decals off because it's fixing to get buffed, and those were coming off anyway, so we're going to put new ones on.
Yeah.
Wheels at some point will get changed, but somebody got after it with the elbow grease, and
But look at them.
hot dang.
Fire me up.
So there's the dent in the hood. We couldn't see in the dark. It's much worse with it clean.
Look at the bumper and the grill. Even the back bumper looks good. It needs some window tint.
Yeah.
It's like a fishbowl.
You can kind of see all the scratches and stuff in it. Got some pretty good licks.
Yeah. We didn't get to fixing the door handle today.
Yeah, haven't gotten there yet. Hadn't fixed the
Door panel either.
But we got a little vacuum action in here. Didn't do anything with the dash or nothing, but
We did figure out that the floor mat that was on the passenger side actually goes to the driver's side.
yeah,
So we're just missing the passenger side floor mat.
probably gonna be hard to find it, but
No. Oop, you're gonna have to come shut that. One of the back windows kept flapping every time you shut the truck, and we figured out it just wasn't latched. So luckily that's not broken.
but overall though,
It's cleaned up really good.
it's not bad. So
I think once we get it detailed, get the Z71 stickers back on, get our motor transmission issues figured out,
yep.
maybe good to go.
All right, cool. So we're doing the. Are we gonna go drop it off at the detail guy this week?
That's the plan.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Well, I guess this will probably wrap up this video.
Yep.
And for all that we talk about, this kind of stuff's all we do, and we do it together and all that. What's special about today?
It's our anniversary.
And we're working on junk. All right, stay tuned. The saga will continue.
Yep.